Every
What's up,
time we
folks?
start, every time we start, I'm gonna say some random shit like that just to throw you
Oh,
off your game.
great. I wish you would have waited 30 seconds to curse. That's usually kind of the time you want to give them 30 seconds, and then you can curse and do whatever you want.
This our channel. We do whatever we want.
I mean, yeah, but if we want to get paid, we want to at least
I mean,
make the minimum stuff
they're
first.
gonna they're gonna hit us with a copyright strike anyway. So
Okay, fair enough. You're right. What's up,
depending on
folks?
which video it is, they could definitely go hit us with a copyright
Yeah,
strike.
some of this stuff is wild. You're gonna got us watching. Yeah, we got a couple videos to watch and react to. A couple of trailers came out. The first one we're gonna do is you want me to tell you? You want to be surprised?
Just be surprised.
Okay, cool.
That was my
Um,
drum roll.
all right, cool. All right. Well, there's we're just
Okay,
I'm fumbling my words.
it's
If
okay.
you want to hear more fumbles, like, comment, and subscribe
Or you could work
right
it.
here below. What are you about to say?
I said, or you could work at. I was filling the blank, and then you could hear somebody fumbling the words all the time.
Oh man. Anyway, let's share the screen here and get it started. Boom.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Friend of the show, Black Eyed Peas. Whoo, their
I
music is
like
not
Black
good.
Eyed Peas.
You would.
It's not like it's like
You would.
incredible music, but the
It's
music
not.
gets you pumping.
It doesn't.
Okay, you're
It
in the
doesn't.
minority on that, sir.
I am not.
There's no Black Eyed
when
Peas on you like that's fun.
I like Black Eyed Peas before they added Fergie because they were a hip hop group then.
I can understand that. I can
And so
understand that.
now I'm like, what is this? Like,
Black Eyed Peas said, "Hey, we try to get them checks.
I mean, they
We
got
tried,
them
we tried,
checks.
we tried hip hop, and y'all didn't support us.
I did that song with
The
Macy
world
Gray.
didn't.
That
The
song with
world
Macy
didn't
Gray.
support Black Eyed Peas.
I enjoyed that. Also, there is one song Black Eyed Peas does, but it's not really Black Eyed Peas. It's Will I Am, and it's on Sesame Street, and I like that one song.
Okay, there we go. You like that one song? Um, that's a word frame. All right, here we go. Super Mario is the first one we're gonna do.
Okay.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Look at Bowser.
Open the gates!
Why would you do that?
I mean, yeah. Why? Yeah.
Attack!
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield?
I do not. I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
There's Mario with no ads. All right.
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
It's a little Charlie Day effort there. That's cute.
Thought I was gonna hate it, but I don't.
I think I'm pleasantly surprised.
However, comma, I
Uh-huh.
still am not on board with Chris Pratt's voice as Mario. Like it didn't wow me. It didn't take me out, but it
Uh,
like it's almost like, so you see the beginning of this and like this whole, like, this is high stakes and this comedy at the beginning, and
mhm.
Bowser, he's like, I finally found it, and then it's like Mario shows up and I'm like, that really?
Well, what are you expecting from a Mario movie?
Well, what I'm saying is everything else seems fine, but it's just like knowing that that's Chris Pratt
Mhm.
just kind of takes the steam out of it.
Interesting. Okay, I can see that.
Where I'm
Um,
like, because I'm like, this scene right here was hilarious.
yes.
Like this made me want to see it.
Yeah.
But then it was like it got to Chris Pratt, and I'm like, y'all didn't show anything. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, the scenes with Luigi was more entertaining than the scenes with Mario,
True.
and that's why I'm like, again, not knocking Chris Pratt. I know a lot of he's taken some heat lately, but I'm just like, when they cut the trailer, knowing everybody's kind of like bashing Chris Pratt, you would think you would try to do something a little bit more with him voicing Mario, and kind of like, we've got this. Does that make
That's
sense?
I understand. I actually like the way the trailer's cut because to me Mario is kind of your everyman, so I don't need to see him flexing and doing his crazy shit yet. Personally, I get the vibe of what they're going because he's definitely we don't know what the storyline of this is. If I had to guess, I feel like Mario and Luigi get transported somehow to the Mushroom Kingdom, maybe by Toad, because Toad recognizes who this person is. Mario doesn't seem to at least know who Toad is yet. So I'm thinking maybe Toad saw Mario. Someone's like, "Hey, we need him to help save this kingdom. Let's
I
transport him here."
Again, I understand all of that. I'm just saying that after everything that had been said, and it, like, how was Luigi's scene more intense and seems better than the Mario scene?
I
And
think
and
because the Nintendo community is like, "Oh, Luigi's always the butt of the jokes, running away from stuff." To me, this sold me as a Nintendo fan. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing here. You got like a Luigi's Mansion vibe with Luigi. You got the penguins, which is interesting. I mean, there's a lot of little inside references in this. I
again,
don't like Chris Pratt's. I think it's weird that Mario looks kind of realistic. And I mean, how do you do a human character? Because it's easier with these creatures and animals to kind of skirt that uncanny valley. Mario's a little weird looking, but I'll get used to it. But I
see,
can see what you're saying about it being boring.
to me, he doesn't look like, he looks like he should in this movie, and
Okay.
and I guess that's the thing that doesn't, that strikes me as off, as much heat as they got for casting Chris Pratt. And it's almost as if like they did everything right to sway people to be like, hey, this is going to be okay. Except for that one part, which is Chris Pratt's voice. It's almost like they watched everything that happened with the Sonic trailer, everything that happened with Detective Pikachu, and they were like, nah, we're good. We're going to do exactly what we wanted to do. And no one's talking about the wonderful animation in this trailer. No one's talking about the fact that penguins or Bowser. They're still talking about the voice. And I think the voice crit- criticism would have been downplayed if they would have showed something that wasn't like, I don't want to say jokey, but showed a little bit more of like, and you can just show snippets, kind of like what you did with Luigi, like show Mario and being like running from Bowser. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but that wasn't it if you're going to introduce your main character for the movie, and that's how I feel.
Yeah,
Everything else,
I think
I like
it's
everything else.
I think it's fine. I like the idea. I kind of like the idea. Nintendo's like, hey, fuck y'all. You're gonna see this movie anyway, so we're gonna show you the trailer we want to show you.
Honestly, this is what I would have rather have seen. So you saw that when Mario shows up, I would have rather Princess Peach being shown after the Bowser hits the castle, and
Hmm.
Princess's Peach interaction. Say that three times fast. Her
I still don't think
interaction.
you said it right, but go ahead. said that right. Okay, cool.
Her interactions with Mario and kind of like let that set the stage for like he's the chosen one, and then like that oh, and kind of like maybe that would have won me over because I still feel like again I like everything else except for just how they introduced Mario. It's just kind of like
Hmm.
and that's just how I feel about it. And again, it's because of the connotation that it was Chris Pratt's voice. Maybe if it was someone else that they had cast in that role, and I saw that scene, and I know that that person's voice was going to like they were going to bring it as that character, I might have felt a little better about it. Because like think about like if I say Jeff Goldblum is going to be Mario, you're going to be like, wait, what? Like certain people who do voiceover or who do acting, you know what you're going to get. Like you know you're going to get something. Chris Pratt is probably the most vanilla out of all of the Pratts, out of all of the Chris's. Maybe the Pratts. I don't know. He might be the most entertaining of his family.
Yeah, but
I
I
just
think it's interesting that when they announced Chris Pratt as a casting, I kind of was laughing at first, only because of the way they did the announcement of this person, this has to play
yep.
this Donkey Kong and all that stuff. That
Hmm.
that really got me more than anything. But I think Chris Pratt did a fine job in the Lego Movie.
And see that, and that's my point. That's his shtick, and I'm just like the everyman, the everything is awesome. Like that works in that arena, and I think in this one he has to do something different to pull off being Mario. And you hit the nail on the head because I think he works fine in certain areas. In Guardians of the Galaxy, he's perfect as Star Lord. As the aloof, sometimes leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, that works. As Emmett and whatever Lego movie it is, because the second one wasn't as good. I own both. Lego Movie One is pretty good. It sets the bar.
Mhm.
He's okay. He's not the worst thing in the movie, but the new Jurassic movies, and I still hadn't seen the last one. He's just okay in them.
Mhm.
Like after a while, you're kind of like, I could see anybody doing this role, and that's how
Sure.
I feel about him. And then when you start getting to like, what the Amazon movie he was in?
Tomorrow War or Tomorrow War
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. Tomorrow, whatever it was. That was just. And the thing is, I like Chris Pratt. Like he was great on Parks and Rec. Like he was like perfect. Like Andy on Parks and Rec is amazing. It's just I like how long is this shtick going to go for him? When is it going to run out? Because he couldn't help. Because here's the thing: Passengers. Who was doing heavy lifting in that movie?
Michael Sheen.
And Jennifer Lawrence. So that's if your title character is Chris Pratt Mario, you gotta. They were smart. They surrounded him with more people who are, I think, a little more interesting than he is. But it goes back to that whole thing. If this is your shtick, can you carry this movie? Because we know The Rock can carry a movie with his shtick. Chris Kevin Hart can. Ryan Reynolds, like these are people who have a shtick. It's down. Detective Pikachu perfectly comes into frame when you think about Ryan Reynolds carried that movie.
Hmm.
He was perfect as Detective Pikachu. Like I believed he was Pikachu, and I just from that little part, I'm like,
I mean,
this,
here's my tinfoil hat theory. I don't know that Mario's gonna be the star of this movie, and I
and
don't I
that
don't I don't want him to be, and I'm gonna be
and
happy
that
if he's not.
and that's what I wonder. So if you go back and look at like everybody that they named in the trailer,
Hmm.
and if you go back to the trailer where they did the whole like, doof, 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 notice his name wasn't the most.
Yeah, it's the very first one.
It's the first one, but it's like your eye is drawn to everybody else's name. Anya Taylor Joy, Charlie Day, um, uh, Eric Andre. Like I'm more interested to see how Eric Andre pulls off Toad than I am to see Chris Pratt as Mario. It's
Keegan-Michael Key is Toad.
same thing.
It's not. Don't you put them people as the same.
Same
Um,
thing. Light skinned black dude.
To me, I like Jack Black as Bowser.
Hmm.
I think he would do something with that. And I really do think that Mario, if they, in my mind, you don't make Mario the star of this movie. You make everybody else kind of be
Okay.
crazy and out there, and he just kind of reacts. And I think it could work like that. I'm
I'm
excited.
hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong because like when I think of like animation, I think of and I'm like Jack Black is in this movie. Jack Black plays as Kung Fu Panda as Poe is like doing all the heavy lifting. He carries those movies. Those movies are amazing, and I'm just like Jack Black.
Those movies are fine.
Sir, this is
Kung
not
Fu
going to be a
Panda
channel.
One, Kung Fu Panda One's nice. The other
Kung Fu
ones,
Panda 2 is good. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Don't look. I'm not gonna knock the Netflix show that they got. It's okay. It's not as good as the movies, but we're not gonna disrespect Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3. With
I'm not. I'm just disrespecting 2 and 3.
we're not gonna do that. This is not a channel. If you want to go to one of those channels where you destroy and try to tear down the legacy of DreamWorks and Kung Fu Panda trilogy, you go to one of those other channels, sir. You don't come to the We Trying channel
Hmm.
on YouTube and Facebook and disrespect Poe and the family.
To that,
That's
I
not what
would
we
say,
that's not what we gonna do here.
fuck Poe. Thoughts? All right, folks, that'll be it for this video. Follow us at We Trying Y'all at Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Like, comment, and subscribe to see me and Leroy go at it on whatever it is we talking about. And
The
we have more videos
disrespect
coming up.
is real.
We're out. Peace.
Bye. Peace.